a rump of lamb has been murdered. Matt Kemp and assistant Laura from the Underground Cookery Crime Unit are analysing the scene of the crime.
So the murderer's overdone it again?
Really has. Lamb, it's such a beautiful dish. It's supposed to be pink in the middle. The chef's realised what he's done here. He's overcooked it. He's gone berserk. He slashed it with a fish knife. Clearly no respect for food.
So you're saying he's murdered it twice again?
He's murdered it twice. What we're going to have to do here is bring this dish back to life.
Let's take it to the kitchen.
Come on. We've got to save this dish. I'm going to send you into the kitchen. I'm going to get you just to cut it into little shards or strips. Get a bowl, put some mint sauce in there, maybe a little bit of olive oil, add the lamb, a bit of lettuce, give it a good old tumble, and then we're going to build it up nice and high on a plate. It's going to be a lovely salad of roast lamb with mint sauce. Delicious.
Lovely.
In the meantime, I'm going to show you how to redo that dish. We're going to do something a little bit different with morels, a lovely sauce, and some kale. Right, well, we've got to rebuild this dish and we're going to make it better than before. It's a bit like the $6 Million Man. The first thing I want to do is make a sauce. So I've got a lamb stock here and I'm just going to pour this into the pan. And if the most interesting thing is if you just have a look at the quantity of liquid in there, that's going to go on and we're going to crank that right up to 11. It's going to bubble away and move down to a syrup. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to cook off some kale, which is such a lovely vegetable. A little bit of olive oil in the pan. You can use butter. When that comes up to a really high heat, I've got some diced garlic and that goes into the pan. And I'm just going to add the kale to it. You can't fry it like, for example, cabbage. So what I'm now going to do is I'm actually going to poach it a little bit in a little bit of stock. Somewhere my mum will be going, "Watch your sleeve, you'll burn it." So, sorry mum. In this pan, again, crank that one up to 11. A few knobs of butter, in they go, and I've got fantastic morels. What we want to do is just let those gently cook in there. Right, here's the big thing, because the cut of lamb that we saw murdered was the chump end. That's the chump. Legs go down there, saddle, neck. Get the general picture. We're going to take the fillet that we saw out. The first thing we want to do, just get that top layer of fat off using tip of the knife. I'm trying to make sure that you, the viewer, can see this, but just keep working away. At the Underground Cookery School, where we teach people to butcher out this dish, no one has ever, in 7 years, not managed to do it. And in fact, there is the fillet. Little drizzle of olive oil. And what we can now do is shove that straight in the oven. Right, this has been cooked off on about 180 degrees for around about half an hour. We let it rest for 5 minutes, which means just leaving it out the oven. And what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to carve the meat. It's always good to carve it on the angle like that. Now let's just pan over, over here. We've got the morels which are finishing off. Remember how much liquid was in that pan? That's all that's left now. It's just reduced down, and there's our kale. So we're going to use that as the base of the dish. What I'm then going to do is add this lamb, and as you can see, it's now perfectly cooked. Perfectly cooked, like that. We're going to garnish it with the morels, and there we have kale, rump of lamb, and morels.
Can't believe that dish was murdered twice. Done it again, Matt.
Yeah, we did it again. Listen, we made that dish again and we made it better. And we brought this one back to life, which, if you ask me, only goes to show the biggest crime of all, throwing food away.
Hello? Oh my God, a chocolate fondant's been murdered.
Come on, let's do it.